Playing Jesus in The Passion of the Christ nearly killed Jim Caviezel's, not only his career, but his health. I mean, he almost died. And he believes it was a spiritual warfare. And I mean, I believe he's right. This is part 4 of the weird things and miracles and crazy, dangerous things that happened during the filming of The Passion of the Christ. So if you haven't watched the first 3, go back and watch those, and then come back and watch this one. After he was done filming, Jim Caviezel says that Hollywood pretty much blacklisted him. They just stopped calling him. I mean, he was up for some major roles too, and some of them were like superhero, blockbuster roles. But he was pretty much just cut out of Hollywood, all because he played Jesus. And he suffered extreme trauma while filming this movie. He had 2 open heart surgeries after the filming was done. I know people find that hard to believe, but it's true. He had to undergo heart surgery. He was struck by lightning, he dislocated his shoulder, and he did it while they were filming. So the scene in the movie, he actually dislocates his shoulder and they kept rolling. I mean, talk about like commitment to the role. You know, he said he was believed that he was being called. This wasn't a job, it was a calling. That's why he risked so much, not only his health, but being blacklisted in Hollywood. He also battled lung infections and ongoing pain from this role. It took everything he had. But it's like shocking that what you see during the crucifixion scene in the final cut of the movie is him actually dislocating his shoulder, and they kept rolling. He didn't want to stop. I mean, they kept filming it. So you see that when he's crucified in the movie, when they're filming that and you're watching that, he dislocates his shoulder. But you know, he says the pain, the rejection, the spiritual attacks, it was all part of a bigger picture. And even he admits it's a small reflection of what Jesus endured for us. You know, I've seen the comments on the first video, which I'm blown away by how well that video has been received and how many comments. I'm trying to read everyone's comments on it. And so many people are making the point that, like, you know, even what we see in the movie isn't even close to what Jesus actually suffered. And yeah, that's true. And even Jim says it, like, you know, it's only a fraction of it. He even knows it. I mean, he admits it. So it's unbelievable to watch that scene and to know, like, that's not even close to what actually happened. But he says, you know, if he had to do it again, he would, for him. So was Jim Caviezel punished for standing up for his faith and for Christ in Hollywood? Do you believe his career suffered because of it? And was he under spiritual attacks from the enemy who didn't want this film to be made? A lot of people believe, including him, that was the case, that there were forces at work that didn't want this made. If you saw the last video I did on part 3, I talked about that a little bit. I think it's true. I think it's hard to put some of this aside and just say it's coincidence. I don't think so. I don't think so.